Hello Earth, welcome to episode 14 of season 4 of Making Cell, a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing a programming environment called Cell. So if you're just tuning in for the first time, I recommend you go check out github.com/autocoronel/cell. I'm pasting out the link in the description. So the goal today is to get this thing to work. So we were actually looking at the logic in cell.respond to identify the same prefix with an at, making two separate calls to different things, which should not be allowed. For a certain prefix that ends with at, you should only have one call, not two. If you want to have two, just put it somewhere else. Otherwise, in the equal, I will have to put multiple things. That's an interesting constraint that I never thought of. These are my development notes that I made a bit earlier today. Different things, quoting things, an idea for a paper. I don't know when I'm going to write this, but not today, although I have an outline. And then I had I think a very good idea here, which is this add rule. Instead of calling it add is, I should call it add rule, which is basically both the type system and the validation engine. It's basically what enforces constraints, and at the same time tells you if a certain given data is already wrong. We could already scope it inside parts of the data space, so that it's only scoped to where you're setting it. So in the same way you're like walking up to find the variable, well, it wouldn't be walking up, it would be like going from there on down. It would be walking down, I guess. That's a good one to write it up. Would walk down rather than up. The scope of the rule would affect paths that are inside of it, or perhaps at the same level. So this was a good idea that I had, and I definitely want to implement it. Just to give you a map of where we are still working in the first two lines of here. We're working on the storage, which is output, and then in the fivelogic. Maybe I should call it sixlogic because you have put. Also, I just thought of that, but that could, actually it should be sixlogic really. I'll write it down. Sixlogic, because put is also essential. It's what you cannot implement in terms of the others. So you have at, I had it somewhere. It's been a while. Yeah, this one. Pero si imagen tiene. I had the 6 here. So yeah, it's sixlogic really, not fivelogic. So we're working on the sixlogic done. So then to do sixlogic, I had to finish that, and then we can work on rule, and then view. And then with a bit of service, a bit of editor, and a bit of database, we have a service. We have a something useful. Is this done? No, that's yesterday's episode. So, okay, let's just go for it. The issue was here in the first path detection. And I was mixing absolute and relative here. Absolute for the context path and relative for the target path. But the target here is still absolute. This is still absolute. Yeah, so here I can just do go all the way to the rightmost at. Okay. The index is so if I want it at the end, then I have to do +1. Okay. I guess I could do something like this. Target path. It would be I can just do something like no, because that's an no. Yes. So if then the prefixes are not equal up all the way to the at, return, and then I just have to use rightmost at here. Okay. Yep. It's because I need to do the first prefix, right? So data space index. Or I can just basically say I know because I'm slicing here, so the second one I'm not even looking at it. I also have to look through the entire data space, and it will be unnecessary. And so then I can just do this -1. I think that will work. Wow, it did work. I can't believe it. Yeah, so I'm basically I don't have to look at the entire prefix. I can just remove the last part, the multiple calls check I do here. Well, I look for it here, and then yeah, it works. I need to annotate this stat. Wow, it really worked. Of course, I have to suspect the tests. So I'm a little bit all over the place as usual. I think that's everything. If I just look at the to-dos here. Change puts, yep. I can say this is done. Wow. And then we are using the first of the hook. It just worked. Okay, it's still merging. Actually, it's 7logic because we need a wipe. Wow, it is. No. To wipe. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's annotate the code. The cell call has nothing. It's been massively simplified. The cell respond definitely is annotated, right? Yes. Entire data space. Yep. That ends with I need something a bit I wouldn't say more chill, but more this. Okay, not a great explanation, but I think you will serve us. If this Deal with the case where next we deal with the how it calls the paths. Taking all the paths in current value. Appending them with target path and into cell put. Ta-dum, ta-dum. Note we pass an empty context path to put. Where is contained in the target path. Dun, dun. So here we change I'm trying to think that this is a very old thing. Yes, it was old, quite old. Actually, I cannot trust this. I need to go again, line by line. What? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, work. Okay. Yeah, here we did the unicity constraint. It's all the same except for the colors changing. It's the same. Let's go to stripper. Nice documentation. I should read it sometime. This is the same. Yep. Yeah, okay, this is the same. Go ahead, call, return path. Previous expansion. I think this is the same. It is. Fantastic. I'm gonna change this to do in a minute. Oh, it was there. Silly me. the same. It's exact same. I was fine. I was just looking at the wrong place, I think. But this is okay. It still doesn't hurt to check it because it was a small divergence. This is we don't need the dot here. No, the dot. We do not use the dot since colon exists already because it was placed there. We set the message. Nice. Yep. I'm so glad it's annotated. Yeah, perfect. Cell gate is the same. So output has changed radically, right? So we're not validating the paths at all here. Sorry. Now for an interesting design decision, we assume that paths is already validated. All that we require from paths is that it is an internally consistent set of paths. That is a set of paths that you could put anywhere in the data space except perhaps for the top level. Actually, let's do this afterwards. We start by validating that these paths are not setting at the outermost level a hash. Anything that's not a hash. The data space itself, that is outermost level, has to be a hash because it contains keys such as dialog. Entire data space is a hash. if the user tries place the entire data space. Oh wait, but this should be possible when the context path is not 0, right? Yeah, but when am I going to do that? Well, I could technically do that. But I can do something like so if I do here put no, but even if I do this value with the context, it won't work. Okay, I think we don't need this, so never mind. That is not a hash. An error and be done. Since the calls to output come from either cell respond, which validates, no, cell respond, no, so call. It's input with cell, I'm parsing it, or from correct to should have no errors. Those are the calls, right? My son, sorry, cell respond, really. I know, and cell do. Will not validate paths. Okay, this one goes away. Look at all the logic that can go away. That's usually a good sign. Oh, this is a longer function, right? Yeah. 70 lines. So the logic of cell put partial code put is as follows. We take every, we are expecting paths to be a hash. We take every we take every leftmost path, distinct, which we call here hook, and list them available at our oh, this is a big explanation I need to do. I'm not sure if I have the brain power to do it right now. Because what I need to explain here is yeah, so I basically getting the hooks, computing the context path for each of them based on the existing and then I calculate the wow, it's pretty sophisticated. I'm just reviewing the logic. So I'm gonna do this because I don't have the brain power to annotate this. Multiple hooks. It's an absurd if there are no type conflicts. Otherwise, the conflicting existing structure is removed. Calculate context paths first based on the existing data. Then we get the types for every prefix and every path. With those paths already having the proper context. interesting thing is a context path is really a prefix. Interesting song. Entire data space and compare the paths with remove the all existing paths. Look at this is wrong. Oh, no, I have to sort it and then put it here, of course. Is the same. Okay, and then I'm going to do oh, there were a lot of changes here, of course. It's a big commit today. This sec thing, SEQ, needs to go. Should be do. Why is it so much faster? Ah, because I stopped doing the video. Okay, but this is good news. It's faster. It's like it's faster. It's like less than half, probably because of all the puts I'm not doing. I mean, still slow as nails, but sorry, not as nails, So that was male. That's welcome. And then I want to do something else. We had the current value. We have the previous value, I think. I want to call it current value actually. And then current value should be new one value. And then that's it. I need to do it the other way around. Silly. No, this is no. No. Yeah. And does it still work? Yes. Fantastic. Yeah, that's a good one. So if we go to our magic list of to-dos, I need to annotate the output. I need to improve wipe. I think this is good. I'm almost done. I will commit. So with the fizz bus, I need to start defining. I should also write on. Start defining the non-fundamental calls like push inside. So to see if I can really do them off the top of my head. These are the ones we also need. Type. Now we also need math and comparison. Okay, this is working. I could do it push to output value fizz. That would be nice, right? what was the HTML? Yeah, this looks good. I'm gonna commit. But before I do that, what if I do this? No, it's too long, right? Yeah, it's too long. Okay, and then this is still broken, I believe. Yes, it is. Yeah, I still need to take the bull by the horns and do that. Yeah. Soon enough. We're closing up the year. We'll try to sneak in a session tomorrow. Will be tough, but let's try. Yeah. A lot of changes in the README. A lot of notes. Annotated is there, except for what it's not. Let's see if I left any scalpels in here. Don't think so. Asking away. Look at that. Oh, I forgot to do that. I think we're good. All right. Thanks for watching, and Happy New Year. Maybe see you tomorrow. Maybe see you in 2026. Cheers.